It's November already. This month we're starting off strong with Brussels sprouts. The ones I have are called Long Island Brussels sprouts. They're supposed to be more so for the warm weather, so because I live in a warm climate, they're perfect, but you can plant whatever climate Brussels sprouts you have. I've never really explained to you how I get seeds. So I like my seeds to come ideally from somewhere semi-local and to be organically grown. That's just the keywords I look up. I look up my state, organic, seeds, and sometimes I'll type in heirloom too. That really helps. Although I have gotten seeds from the other side of the United States, and those turned out great. So the local thing might not be that important for seeds specifically, but if you're getting fruit trees, it's a must. Next up, I have spinach. We've got Bloomsdale spinach, and this is one that is great for baby spinach because I really do not enjoy full-grown spinach. So I'm gonna have to come through the garden and remember where I planted them, because right now I've been liking just scattering them about. I'll have to go through and pick them a lot more often. Next up, we have cilantro. I love cilantro. A cool fact about cilantro you might not have known: it's really good for cleansing the body. And you could kind of assume that by the way it tastes. It has that fresh bite to it. And so it's really good for detoxing your body, clearing out toxins, heavy metals, even parasites. It'll assist in that. I don't know if it'll totally do it, probably not, but add it into your meals if you like that. It's wonderful in tacos, in salads if it's more of like a taco bowl salad, anything kind of Mexican-ish. It's gonna be great in. I've also got sage. It's really good with potatoes. That's also good with the kind of Western meals too. It's really good in everything. It's got that delicate flavor, and its leaves grow so soft. And then you can also burn it to cleanse the air, because it'll kill off contaminants in the air or something crazy like that. So if you're sick or if you need some just mental spiritual cleansing, people use it for that all the time. You just have to dry it first. And then I have some flowers that I'm going to be planting. I am so excited to start planting California poppies. They're those orange, just beautiful, delicate little flowers that you see, in California and Oregon too. I just think they look so beautiful, and flowers in general help the garden so much. They're gonna bring good pests, they're gonna get rid of bad pests, they might attract bad pests to them, therefore sacrificing themselves so your vegetables get to grow free. Oh, and of course, pollinators love them, and they're just so beautiful. And if you really get into growing flowers, you might have such an excess, like I do right now, of marigolds. I have way too many. We keep joking that every time we pluck a flower, 5 more grow back in its place, and it really feels like that. Which is something else about flowers. If you want more of them, pluck some of them, and they'll just grow back like crazy. I'm not sure if poppies do that, but we shall definitely see, and I will keep you updated because I love them. Calendula, so that's another flower. It's really good for your health. I think you can make a tea out of it. No, I know you can make a tea out of it. And you can also just eat the flowers. Not the stem, but even the little green bit at the bottom, you can eat that. I mean, you could probably eat the stem. I don't know. I'd have to look that up, but I don't think it would poison you. Maybe a slight tummy ache. I'm not even sure. Oh, and nasturtium. Nasturtium looks beautiful. It's got these bulbed trumpet kind of looking flowers, and the leaves are circular, kind of like lily pads, but on land. It just looks so beautiful. and it really attracts pests, especially aphids. We definitely struggle with aphids, and I'm hoping it'll keep the June bugs away too. I'm hoping literally anything will keep the June bugs away, because last year we got decimated. Our strawberry crop especially, they love strawberry roots, so that's another thing I'm planting. I just planted strawberries like at the end of October. But if you have strawberries, or if you have something that June bugs like to eat the roots of, I would really recommend getting on a neem schedule. I do a neem oil drench every 2 weeks. And how I remember it is just whenever my payday is, that's when I give the plants neem, and it seems to be working well so far. We shall see. I also want to spread some diatomaceous earth around, which we have, but I just haven't gotten around to spreading it. But that's more garden upkeep. Let's get back to the seeds. Oh, and the last flower I have is wild sunflower. Now, you can't plant the mammoth giant ones yet because they love the sun, they love the heat, but you can plant wild sunflowers. I think they're called wild annual sunflowers because you can basically plant them year-round in North America because they're native here. So those will improve your soil. That is the biggest plus of a sunflower. It draws out toxins and filters them from the soil. It draws out heavy metals, toxins, pollutants. It's truly amazing. They even used it in Chernobyl to help with the radiation, help soak up radiation, which is just crazy, but amazing, and I will take it. So anywhere you want to plant a sunflower is a good place to plant it, if it's straight in the ground or by where you're going to be planting other stuff, because you never know what's in your soil bags. Like, a lot of them still have plastics, so I'm sure they have other stuff as well. It's just better to be safe than sorry, and this is a natural way and a beautiful way to clean your soil. It's so amazing. I just love sunflowers. We've got broccoli. I've got Dayseco head broccoli. Now this one, I'm not sure if it loves where I live. I think it loves the cold weather, and we just don't get that often, although I am wearing a jacket, so it's pretty cold. It's like 70 this morning, which I used to think that was hot. When it was 70 back when I lived in a cold environment, I was like, get your shorts out, we're going sunbathing. But now when it's 70, I'm like, oh, it's chilly, I gotta put a jacket on. I have adjusted so much to the warm weather. But anyways, I think the broccoli loves it cold, so we're gonna try planting it towards these colder seasons, so the plant will be a little less stressed, so it'll be less susceptible to pests. Alongside broccoli, we're going to be planting carrots. New Carota carrot is the variety that I have. Now, this is a warm season carrot. You know, you can grow it through the warm season, but all carrots love the cold, and especially when you're kind of finishing them off. So now is a great time to plant carrots because they'll finish off really in the winter months. I know this is kind of the start of winter. Is it really? November, December, January. Yeah, it is. Well, it'll finish off in the winter months, in the cold season, and that is gonna make the sweetest carrots ever, to where you pull it out of the ground, take a bite of it, and it's just perfect. Oh, next up we have kale. Now this one I have grown successfully, but I think it'll love the cold weather. I know it will. And I'm excited to see some kale go crazy here. Really, you're going to want to give it a lot of room, especially as it gets older, if you want to keep the kale plant going. Or if you just want some baby kales, that is a-okay as well. And you don't have to give it as much room. You don't have to give it as much room until it needs room. So kind of be aware of that. Maybe don't plant it by, like, let's say peppers, which are a plant that can grow for a very long time. I'm actually testing to see this year if my peppers can survive outside through our winter, because we get probably around 200 chill hours. Well, maybe like 2 to 3, maybe more. So it's really warm through the winter, and peppers will grow for years and years and years. There's like 20-year-old pepper trees that are still producing, and I call it a tree because it really gets that big, which I'm hoping they'll just make it through the year. But if not, I have so many pepper seeds because I usually don't put them in the meals. I'll usually collect them to grow unless they're like super tiny. I actually just made jalapeno sharp cheddar scones the other day because I'm low-key thinking about starting my own bakery, like a little Sunday home bakery, and selling to just people who live locally. Like, that sounds really, really nice and like a fun way to make some extra money and just kind of transition myself from the rat race and more into like natural creating. Like, I would be making something and selling that, but I'm kind of getting off topic. But they were really good. The scones were really good. Oh, lettuce, of course, which I have a ton growing right now, so I'll probably plant some more because you can't really ever have that much lettuce, especially when you're growing it yourself. And especially here, like, they do love the cool and they like it when it's not exactly such a rainy place. And it torrential downpours like nobody's business here, which really kind of hurts their delicate little leaves. So they don't prefer this environment as much, so they don't grow as big. At least so far. I think maybe I need to give them a bit more sun. I'm still working out what the best sun to shade ratio is for lettuce, but the two varieties I have are Manoa lettuce and Jericho romaine lettuce, which the Manoa is kind of like short and thicker, and the Jericho romaine, of course it's romaine, so it's long and thin. And I like that, growing two different types of lettuce. Now, I say that they're Jericho and Manoa because it's important to get lettuce that matches your climate. If you live in a hot climate, you will want to get lettuce that is bred to be in a hot climate. Not GMO bred, but just naturally, I guess you might consider that GMO, but you know what I'm talking about. Next up, I've got mint. Do not plant mint in your yard. You will regret it. I have not, thankfully. So I'm going to be planting it in pots, and I think I'll keep them outside. I might start them outside, but take them outside. Wait, what the heck did I just say? I might start them inside, but take them outside like really soon. Mint grows through its roots, so it's kind of like crabgrass. It will be everywhere in your yard if you plant it, and you will probably regret it. It'll be in the neighbor's yard, and they'll regret being neighbors with you. At least that is what the internet tells me, and I'm going to trust them on that because things that grow spread through their roots are so bad. Like, every day there's so much to pull up because it just grows so much in our yard, at least. But I do live, in kind of a tropical paradise, as you can see my little banana trees right there. So weeds just go insane here. And the last thing I'm going to be planting is thyme. Ooh, you can make a lot of really good things with thyme. I honestly just throw it into like pastas, soups, if it's kind of like a chicken, more light soup. Not if it's a heavier like beef soup, like a stew or a chili. I wouldn't exactly throw it in then. You honestly can though. Now that I'm thinking about it, you definitely can. You know what else would be good in chili is the sage. Sage would be really good. I think I'm gonna try to direct seed. Honestly, with herbs specifically, I think I have better luck germinating them, which means starting the seeds inside and then taking them out a little bit later. those plants seem to survive just a little bit more, but you kind of have to test out your own climate. Seriously, everything's a microclimate. Yeah, but I think that's it. So I might say farewell to you. Speaking about this, I also have another video that I was gonna talk to you about today about planting my bare root strawberries, but I forgot that it's already November, so I had to make this video in the beginning of November so as much people that want to see it can see it throughout November, so I don't miss you. And this is the stuff I've researched and plotted out, so you can plant this from beginning to end of November, and you can even sneak some of these plants in starting December, and I will tell you next month too what you can plant in December. I'm sure there's going to be overlap too, because these are all kind of cool weather crops, and as we come to the coldest months, the amount of stuff we can plant will thin, but there's always something, man. I tell you, there's always something, unless you live in such a cold environment that like there's not sun, maybe you can't reach the ground because of snow, but even then you can plant in a miniature greenhouse or just straight up inside, indoors. Definitely you can plant indoors, and for indoor planting you can just figure out the temperature range that you like to keep your house at. And my goodness, that plane is loud. The temperature range you like to keep your house at, and then just plant via that. Honestly, to do research for those kinds of things, I look up the seeds that I want to plant and their temperature range, what they like. Now you have to take into account the temperature range is talking about soil more than air. So the soil is 10 degrees colder in general than outside. So that's something than the air says, you know what I mean? So that's something to consider along with it. And then just look up like average temperatures in your region throughout the months and see where you can plant things. That's how I do it, and it works for me. Because Google has so many differing opinions. I mean, we all live somewhere different, so it's hard to figure out what to plant and when. And Google is honestly wrong a lot of the time. So many people told me not to plant tomatoes when I planted them. They're still alive. Like, we still have so many tomatoes. So honestly, kind of do what you'd like in these situations and see what works. Isn't that the fun of it? And something might work that the rest of the internet says, no, that's impossible. But you did it. So it works. Like, hello. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had fun, other than getting bit up by mosquitoes this entire time. They love my legs. Even though I got citronella soap, but it is just not cutting it. It is not doing the job. I think my aroma might be too sweet for them, my blood. I don't even know what type blood I have. That would be interesting. I wonder if they're attracted to a certain type of blood. They probably are. But anyways, it was so nice talking to you, and I'll see you later. Bye. Mwah.